Look at that. Good times. Oh, no, you're not done. You didn't change their thing. Update. Live stream updated. Okay. Interesting. Sure. Now. That's right, right? Oops. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Sorry, just getting this. Oh, there's nobody here. Sure, why not? So actually I should probably get back to this. I should probably send an announcement out. All right. So I found a flag in UDEV CTL, or just UDEV ADM. Well, just UDEV itself, I guess. That will hopefully keep this frickin' USB dongle from cropping out. So this is partially, the plan here is partially to determine if I can get by without it dying on me. We'll see. Because it has been not great, Bob. And of course, I mean, I can switch it out, but it's like jacked directly into the modem and the fiber terminal or whatever you want to call it. And if I use a different connector or a different thing, which is not as fast, I will, it'll change the DHCP, and that will suck and be annoying. So I don't want to do that yet. So, I guess I can just go to myself here without the dashboard. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'm still trying to figure out this UI. Sure. Okay. Anyway, so, let me just check something here. I want to go to cache entry metadata vocabulary. So this is the work product from yesterday. Oops. And so this is the completed vocabulary. This is, of course, machine readable, machine actionable, I should say. And it's a really simple ontology. It's just cache entry is a subclass of prov entity. Oh, that just goes to the spec, and then it's just got these specific connections, which you can see down here. These don't look nearly as gnarly as some of the other ones. So, just going to proceed to now figure out like, okay, so we're here. And this is done now. And what do we got to do? How are we going to represent the metadata for the cache? What, that was that? No, that's this. What is this? Resource be identified by the hash URI of the cache. Oh yeah, we determined this. This is not the front end. This should be. Hello. What's up, moving? Why you gotta slow down on me? Oh, I'll take a nap. Oh, right. I restarted it, so it's gonna be slow while it like uncaches all of the URL friggin' resolution, which I gotta fix all that. Oh, and there goes Buddy Jackhammer outside. Okay, you know what? This is not even. It's not part of the front end. Let's get back here. I still had I had this like notion of like a focus. You can see how this is in bold down here. I got to get rid of that. It's actually been sort of an interesting constraint or set of constraints, I guess. Like this whole thing is all like rest and like HADOS or whatever. However the hell you're supposed to pronounce that. But anyway, how are we going to represent metadata for cache entries? How are we going to represent metadata for cache entries? But we just detach these from the front end because they're not part of the front end. Is this part of the front end? It is. This should not be front end. Or is it? Should it be? These don't have to be, though. They're probably part of it. Yeah, they are. Sort of node cleanup here. How did these get part of it? You're not part of front end. You can see it gets a lot sparser. You are not. Show presentations and Star Digest. This is what I have to deal with every day. So. So implement internal caching. That should be front end, this should not. It isn't. What about you? That is. Push gets the best. Let's see. That should also be this guy. What are these doing on front end? Whatever. Implement internal caching. That's what we were doing. Love me a jackhammer outside. Oh, I guess let's just office lunch break or something like that. Anyway. You know what? So I turn off the, or I close the window. The AC comes on. So I guess we're just getting background noise. I am pleased to announce, though, that the freaking dongle, the Ethernet dongle, has not crashed yet. So that's amazing. Anyway, we are implementing internal caching. We are, how do we handle the cached entity bodies? It's possible for two different requests. Yes, okay. Is this, how do we handle, are these going to be, I just want to make sure that these aren't in the wrong, oh, yeah, okay, these aren't. You, my friend, are taking too long to load, but we want to just detach you. In the metadata. So we've already done now. It's on the front end. That's weird. Possible for two requests for cache entity. Okay, yeah. Are we good? More robust solutions. That's probably front end. Yes, okay. Implement internal caching. How are we going to cache the entity bodies that should be? Are we gone? Hello? Oh, did I not click on it? Okay. How do we handle the cache entity bodies? We handle the cache entity bodies by implementing the caching of generated representations against store digest. Fair enough. So, suggest would be useful to be able to indicate, right, the engine given handler manages the content addressable store. Okay. You can see the subtask right there, but right. So Extend, store, digest. So we go. So what if a cache entry is superseded by an entity that's durable? Did I do that already? I should have done that already. Has responsive, and then he's inserted over top. But yeah, the flag should be re-enabled. Or the flag. Yeah. Now, I'm just going to rewrite this because there's... Well, no, I don't need to rewrite it. But there's also... There's the matter. I'm going to just add another one to this, which is... entry has to be treated as cached. Yes. It's going to create an incompatibility. And this is the sort of the issue. So does this thing have more than one thing pointing in it? No, it does not. So overhaul store digest. What is this? Does this have anything onto it? No, it does not. Except... So I feel like this doesn't have enough rationale attached to it, even though it's like, I understand what this means. So I'm a dum-dum. And so what I was like, I thought I was being clever. Because I didn't want to have like an extra, like a surrogate key in the database. And now these are just key value stores anyway. This is LMDB. And so I was like, oh, I'll just make the primary hash be the actual thing, like be the one. And now the problem with that is like a frickin' SHA-256 hash is, what is it, 32 bytes? Yeah. 256 divided by 8 is 32. And so, but like, so anyway, like these records are like way bigger than they need to be anyway. And the mechanism is way more complex than it needs to be. And so there's the sort of quintessential problem of this content addressable store. Like you can see it here. Well, yeah, so the record for the thing is this, like Q, N, 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 C, Z, 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 or Z star, Z star. So those are zero terminated or null terminated strings or whatever. And those are, now I'm thinking, well, then there's other things like metadata. And maybe we should flesh this out. This. But I need like an issue here. And the issue is that we need to do, so there's a bunch of issues. The content addressable store is, where are we here? Suggested bias. I know, responds to the content addressable store. So the content addressable store is just dumb. Like it has no concept of like a principal or like an owner. And of course, like if, for instance, the thing is, like you can imagine a record in the content addressable store, like not having an owner and just being like this blob. You could imagine it having an owner. You know, you put hello world, you know, in a text file, you upload the text file. That doesn't mean you own hello world. Somebody else puts in hello world, they're going to need to have access to it too. So like if you generate a particular, you have a particular object in the thing, there's no the content addressable store has like no concept of authentication. Like it's like you put in a thing, it gives you a hash. You put in the hash, it gives you the thing. That's it. So if you knew the hash of the thing, you would be able to get whenever you wanted. Like you would be able to get. So there's that sort of like known digest attack. So it's like potentially valuable that there's like some, like even if it's not doing the authentication per se, like it's like if you had to pass in like a JWT or something like that, like where it's just sort of like, oh, okay, like you're, you know, Bob Blobson, and we know that this you know, entity that was put into the thing is associated with you. And then like that would also like, because the other thing too is also like there's no concept of updating anything in a content addressable store either. Sort of. There is a there is to the extent that you can update the metadata, but the only metadata that this thing stores is like modification time, or like, you know, creation whatever. The M time gets logged, and then the content type, and then there's like syntax or if it's been syntax checked or validated or whatever. There's that too. There's also like, I think there's encoding as well. Let me just look. Yeah, okay, so type language charset encoding. And this is size, C time, P time, D time, or yeah, C time, M time, P time, D time, flags, and that's a byte. And so basically what needs to happen is like another byte needs to get put in here for like a second set of flags, or like the flags needs to be extended into a short instead of a byte. So this needs to go from capital C to whatever the hell the pack thing is. Unsigned short, which we'll look up. But this is just like, this implementation is just too clever by half. Let me make that bigger. Because it sort of has this concept of primary. So you've got the different digests, and you've got this concept of primary. No, that's interesting. Why is that? Like that. Why is anyway? I feel like that should be a not an include but a subclass, but whatever. We'll look at that architecture in a minute. So I kind of feel like what needs to happen is that these implementations need to get bifurcated, because they are way, I don't understand why I did this. I think I did it because they exit early or something like that. Body number. Yeah. This is probably before I knew that you could, like, you have to, in Ruby, you have to have you have to break out of a block, not return. And like, why the hell is this busted? Anyway, I don't know if it's, so there's, I've been set up this lambda like that, and then but then, I don't know. Or return, yeah, so it'd be like or break instead of or return, and I don't know why I didn't do that or why it wouldn't work. If algorithms control primary. So this sort of notion of a primary hash function is like, I'm a little bit apprehensive about. Why does there have to be a friggin' jackhammer guy? Who's this? God damn it, just go. Okay. That is real annoying. So there's going to have to be It's actually not a lot of code at all. 620 lines. Control algorithms. Split map. This is real annoying. Should be downcase too. Okay. Slice. Digest. A right. So this is going to be. I really wish I could like annotate. Well, yeah, code. Like annotate code in situ. We'll get there. So these are the lengths of the digests. Build scheme NI path. Digest equals A equals primary bin. Yeah. And that's how you bin rank. Is that even going to make sense though? No. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just do like a class v1 self. Is it this or this? There we go. Is that a class, right? Is it a module or class? Module. What am I doing? Why am I... That's why it's a freaking module. Oh, God. if index show a list of objects matching the given criteria. Okay, so that won't work. Unless I think about this some more. That's not what I wanted. Oh, I just noticed something then. I noticed that I can't see. So that. Edit. I thought I did this already. Close. Still. Go to chat. The chat didn't change. This back button doesn't do the right thing. Still doesn't do the right thing. No idea. So do you have to announce it? I don't even know. IR confuzz. Confuzz. So, digest. So there's a matter of the meta. Okay. I think this is just a set of options. I feel like I've gotten better with like dry RB to put the coercions in that. It's not the best though. I guess you can't inherit modules, can you? Nope. Oh, this is not going according to plan. But you know what's awesome is that the friggin' dongle has not crashed yet. So that's cool. I'm glad. I'm glad that fixed it, or ostensibly at least. Let me just think about this stuff. Okay. Having a thinky here. So this is a module, not a class. Store digest meta. What are these traits? What the hell was I even doing here? Okay, let's look at the driver again. Blob file system in meta LMDB. Why did I have to do it like this? So the meta LMDB is the thing. So I mean, I know why I did it like this. Is because it. So it did screw up. YouTube is not loving that. Did crap out. It just took a while. It's a better part of an hour. That's something. That is magical. I think we are sort of approaching the end. I mean, I did this just to really actually to check if this thing was working, but everything is goofed now. All right, I'm getting sick of this frickin' jackhammer, so maybe I'm just going to call it now because it's Jose'd anyway.